Hello, good morning, and happy Sunday. Have you noticed that your life has seemed to speed up dramatically in the last week? Mine certainly has, and we're trying something new today because I double booked this particular time slot. So I'm recording it right ahead so that it still can be live, Facebook Live at 11 o'clock on Sunday in Singapore, and I am in Singapore. However, as I said, I did double book this particular time slot. So, without anything else, we're going to start. Last week I promised that I was going to talk about how to keep that balance in the life, and I have my visual, for those of you who remember, is the visual that's on the cover of our new journey book, where we create a space that is harmonious, that has sparkling golden boundaries, and all that chaos that is going on in the outer world is just pushed outside so that we exist in this beautiful space of harmony at all times. And we can do this just by thinking. When we add oils to it, we do even more to create that sacred space of harmony with all the chaos outside, okay? So, last week when I promised that we would be using the oils of the Feelings collection, I had them there, but right before the video, I thought, wait a minute, when we're rushing around, the first thing we perhaps can think about is to make sure that our nutrition is taken care of. So I talked about 3 of my favorite supplements. Actually, I talked about a few more of them, as you remember. But just by way of review, Ningxia Red. I always carry this with me, and I take it every single day. When I'm traveling, my luggage is bogged down with all those Ningxia Red. I do take the sachets with me when I travel rather than the bottles. And the next thing that you might choose to have, that I always have with me, is the Ningxia Nitro. So how many of you decided to make sure that you upped your consumption of these 2 things, and then to add to it master formula, the vitamin and minerals that are all put together for you in a packet just to make it so much easier for you to pull it out and take them. And when we give ourselves this foundation of nutrition before we enter the chaotic, hectic world of activity that we each have, then we are prepared. Now, we're going to step it up a little bit more by using these wonderful blends of the Feelings collection, which I have used before, but it's never the same. And I did add an additional oil today. If you have your oils with you, apply whatever you happen to have, so that while we're going along, because I'm going to apply oils no matter what, and I will explain why I'm choosing each one, okay? I always have a reason for things that I do. That's the math teacher in me. So let's get started. First of all, let's take a deep breath. That feels really good to me. I'm going to take another one. No matter where you are or what you're doing, you can take a deep breath. And if you visualize that state of harmony, you may not choose the particular visual that I use. Whatever is your visual for that harmony, that connection with the source, that grounding, that harmony inside and chaos outside, just think about that. I'm a visual person, so I see it in vivid color. You may not, and that's okay, because whatever you require is going to happen for you. Okay? So the first oil now, Gary Young has given us some protocols using these particular blends. And I use his protocol, but sometimes I feel like using things in a different order because my thought process may be different on that particular day. So the first thing that I feel I must do, and this is something that Gary Young always did with every session that he did, and that is applying Valor. This particular set of feelings collection has Valor too. So, and I've put my roller balls on it. So as I apply the Valor, I'm just going to put it in my hand and rub my hands together. I'm going to just inhale deeply 3 or 4 times, just intending that these balancing single oils that make up this beautiful blend of Valor will go wherever they need to do to assist me in remaining grounded and balanced. So just take a deep breath in. If you have your Valor handy, use it. If you don't, just breathe in, visualizing or just intending that balance and harmony be created throughout your being. Now, the next oil that I'm going to use today is release, because I find that it's really important for me to focus upon releasing all that outside stuff and releasing the fears, the stress. Some of it is the beliefs of what we have to do, perhaps beliefs of something that we have done that was inferior to what we would have chosen to do. Everything happens at the right time, and whatever happened in the past brought you to this particular moment, and the past is over. So let's prepare for the future by focusing on the present. So I'm going to apply my release. Again, in my hands, because my neck is not really available today. And breathe it in, just intending to release all of that stress that you've been holding on to, that is creating less than a joyous experience. And now the next blend that I'm choosing to use today is forgiveness. To me, forgiveness is all about forgiveness of self for what you have done or what you may not have done in a particular situation. So, as I said before, the past is over, so let's just intend to release, to forgive ourselves for whatever it feels that we have done or not done, and just intend that those blocks be removed. For me, I think of forgiveness as unclogging the flow of everything in life. As we hold on to fears, hold on to grudges, hold on to judgment, hold on to old ways of doing things, we just create more and more blocks, kind of like, our plumbing system. When we have clogged drains, nothing happens. It just builds up. So as we forgive ourselves and let go of the past, we can begin to have that flow coming in at all times. Would you agree? So let us breathe in the forgiveness. Now, the next oil blend that I am going to use today is one of my favorites, Inner Child. This is a blend that will take us back to that carefree time of childhood. Now, we may not all have had carefree, fun, happy childhoods. However, if we allow and intend that we look at the world with the awe and wonder that children look at the world, young children, then we have a chance to experience that same joy, that wonder, that excitement about each thing that we view. So I love to apply Inner Child, and that's going to be the oil blend that I carry with me this week. I've just decided that because I want to play. Instead of thinking about all of those responsibilities that we have, so many responsibilities, let's take a moment to breathe in these frequencies of Inner Child and just think about playing. Every one of us, happy childhood or not, can come up with one thing that we would remember with joy, whether it is looking at the waves coming in at the ocean, looking at a butterfly, playing in mud, making parents usually not very happy. Whatever it is, get that memory in your brain. And when you apply this oil, take yourself to that moment of happiness, wonder, and awe. Isn't that a beautiful way to walk through to all of this activity that we all are experiencing at this time of the year? Okay. Now, the next blend actually could have been applied before Inner Child. However, I decided that it would be a positive thing to first get back to childhood and then envision ourselves today as being childlike and playful. The Rainbow Healing card that I got today, that one of the cards, I draw 3 or 4 every single day that I focus upon. And the card that I selected this morning of the archetypes was the shaman. The shaman is the wild magic child who just truly loves to experience the moment and to enjoy the beauty of nature. So if you have the opportunity to get outside and actually be in nature, walking on the earth, breathing in the energies, please do it. If that's not an option, do it mentally. Does that make sense? So, okay, we're going to be playful and we're going to visualize ourselves playing, dancing, whatever makes you feel happy. It may not be what's exactly around you right now, but if it makes you feel happy, think of it and breathe in these energies. And the next blend that I'm going to choose today is harmony, because I prefer to have harmony in every interaction. And because I have oil on my hands right now, I'm having trouble opening my harmony blend. I got it open. I'm not going to miss having harmony today. So let us just apply this and intend that that harmony, that peace, that joy, that little child that is in each one of us is smiling, joyous, so happy just to be alive in this moment. And so now I'm going to enhance this moment by using present time. Present time truly can assist us in bringing all of this healing, all of this harmony, all of these beautiful visuals, memories, or just visions that we would choose to bring into our lives. It will help to bring it right into this moment. Remember, the past is over. We won't go back there again. The future is to come, but the future is being created by what we do in this present moment. So how will you spend your present moments this week? I find that if I break things down into 1 week or even 1 day or 1 hour of pure focus on doing something a little bit different from what I may have done in the past, it can make a huge difference. So present time is another of my favorite blends. In fact, I may choose to also carry present time with me. I like to at least carry 1, 2, or 3 different oils with me every week. That's been one of my goals and my intentions over the past few months. And by carrying them with me, when my little alarm goes off for me to breathe, it reminds me to apply at least one of those oils or blends. Now, I'm choosing actually 2 relatively new blends for me to carry with me, the inner child and the present time. And I will also choose to carry, what do I always have with me? A good old standby that I have used since it came out in 2002, and it has always been my favorite blend, and it totally represents where I choose to be, and that is believe. So I'm going to give myself a believe shower right now. And of course, I'm very generous with my believe. You may not be this generous, but perhaps you will decide after experiencing just one believe shower, you may decide that it's a worthwhile experience, because when we believe something, we can always create it. It is a matter of believing first and then allowing the process to unfold. So as you go through your week, intend to believe that you can create your sacred space of harmony, even though the rest of the world is seemingly going crazy with all this activity. You can remain in that beautiful space of harmony. So have a beautiful week, and I'll see you next week.